Hello everyone, Xeno What If here. Here to bring in part 7 of What If Military was in Cross Ange. Link down description of the fanfiction of this What If. Listen here YouTube. I do not own anything and this is not a scam. Preparation to bomb Paris. Japs plan to invade Misurugi and NLF existences. Periro International Airport, Gallia Federation. An AC-130U, Spooky, had just landed and was rearm and refuel. This plane just came here from the airbase on First Island. AC-130U, Spooky. Then a Major General of USAF got off the AC-130, because he was boarding this plane. Major General Edward Lansdale. Lansdale. Well, I'd like the smells of smoke in the morning. Then he was approached by Mamier. Mamier. Lansdale. How coincidence. Shake hands. Lansdale. Yes, I happened to be on this plane. Mamier. Did you enjoy the ride? Lansdale. Yes, I'm surely is. Mamier. Do you hear the Gallian government had been cooped by a military officials and Emperor Lowenhers was flee from this country? Lansdale. I hear that. Mamier. Well, then. Make yourself comfortable. In plan room. Gasso. If we know that we need one attack, then it will be fatal to the enemy, because what we need is a chain of explosions triggered by a gas explosion. Cuck. The Americans will be arriving in a moment, before we show them our plan. Napoleon. I think this plan will work, trust me. Then Lansdale and Mamier enter the room and meet them all. Mamier. Hello guys, how it's going? Jill. All fine, thanks. Lansdale. So this is the group that gonna help us to destroying Paris defensive zone. Mamier. Yes, Major General. Lansdale. Hey, not bad for the Frenchies. So what the plan? Napoleon. The plan is this, take your, Spooky, to the Paris, take it when the opportunity arises for them to raise troops, and at that time, load your 105mm cannon with sabot rounds. Then aim at the town square of Paris, and only one is needed, and if it's right in the middle of the square, then after the sabot round hits the middle of the square, there will be a chain explosion. Mamier. Okay, I don't understand, can you explain? Jill. In the middle of the Paris square, there is a gas pipe that goes to several districts and buildings to light the gas stove. If it is shot, there will be a chain of explosions that will possibly, killed and injured many people. The pipe was also installed under city streets. Lansdale. They are stupid, they don't know that it will only make them fucked up. Jill. Remember, this is the only chance. If we can destroy a city just by triggering a series of explosions, then the Gallia Federation is finished. Brigadier General Francois, and show Marshal Raphael that his leadership will soon collapse. Meanwhile in outskirts of Perigo, the MLRS artillery was still firing rockets at heavy civilian areas, and General Taylor had so far not shown any guilty face. Even though the town had been emptied of Norma population, he still feel not guilty to do this. Taylor. Kill them all boys, kill them all. MLRS rockets filled with white phosphorus warheads were fired and then exploded in the air and the burst goes to the ground. Taylor. True humans, you say. You yourself do not deserve this title. The proof is that you yourselves are the real xenophobic monsters. US Soldier 23 #. General Taylor, why are you talking to yourself? Taylor. I felt something I never felt after we moved into this world. US Soldier 23 #. What is it, sir? Taylor. I feel no remorse after killing tens to hundreds of this world's civilians. US Soldier 23 #. There are times when we don't give them a chance to live, and there are also times when we don't give them a chance to live, if they want to comply with the rules of demanification. Taylor. Maybe we should just continue with our respective tasks, keep recharging the M270. US Soldier 23 #. Yes, sir. Left from there. Then another US soldier approached to him. US Soldier 29 #. Sir, I got some intelligence reports about the existence of resistance fronts in this world. Taylor. Yes, I read the report. They call themselves the Norma Liberation Front. They are a group of Mana people who defend Norma and allow Norma to become their member. Their whereabouts are unknown and are just rumors. US Soldier 29 #. Other information says that when we tell them where we are in this world, they immediately move quickly to make it easier for us to attack other countries. It means they are like helping us but we are the only ones who are not aware about their helps. Taylor, it seems most likely they have insiders in our unit, and then once our plans are discovered by them, then they will move to assist us in smoothing things over. Meanwhile, in Japanese Sea Fortress. The Japanese Sea Fortress, which is only 4 miles from the Mitsurugi coastline, anything is ready to return Ora back to its original hands. Command Center. Several Japanese generals were already there to hold discussions on the invasion of Mitsurugi. Field Marshal Akira Muto. Muto, alright, we will start our operation to take over Empire of Mitsurugi, the superpower of this world. Even though their superpower, Intel says that their weapon is far away from our technology, but their navy is advanced. Lieutenant General Takehiko Takashina. Takehiko, how so? They say the weapons are out of date but their navy is sophisticated. Where is the point of sense? Muto, I will give you all the image. Then the screen shifted to the Mitsurugi Navy, and they saw how advanced their navy technology was. Muto, you look at their destroyers and the carriers, they're so advanced, but those carriers are carrying a swarms of destructive drones named Pyrothroid. Takehiko, Pyrothroid, isn't that a name of insecticide? Why a nation named a drones is a pesticide name? Muto, can be seen here. The screen shows a bunch of Pyrothroid drones, with their normal mode capture mode. Takehiko, they looks ordinary. Muto, you will see their monstrous there, face. Then he changed the screen with bunch of Pyrothroid drones, with pairs of blade in around of its body. Takehiko, oh, my god, you're kidding, right? Muto, Pyrothroid drones are designed to defeat enemy air troops or capture them. The mode you see is destroyer mode. They will charge themselves towards the enemy planes and cutting their planes, very fast. General Shinobu Takayama. Takayama, fortunately, the defector from the Kingdom of Rosenbloom had shut down all the Pyrothroid drones around this world. Fortunately, she was an IT graduate who could hack in the age of 17. Muto, yes, looks like we got our luck. Takayama, but, why didn't these Mana countries issue weapons like this before he defected? Muto, apparently, only a few countries have this weapon. If I'm not mistaken, only Mitsurugi, Gallia and Rosenbloom have this. Takehiko, alright, now can we just get on with our military operations? Muto, alright, changing screen Operation Takemikazuchi. The joint invasion of Mitsurugi. This invasion involved many CPS and OFN Asian nations such like Empire of Manchuria, Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, Burma, Thailand, Indonesia, Republic of China, Xinjiang, Tibet and Philippines. Takehiko, by the way, I get that the Republic of China is planning reunification with Tibet and Xinjiang, but it's only a matter of time. Please continue. Muto, we will sweep the first place where we gonna land. This district is Norma's 0 place, where there is no Norma there, we can carry out a bombing to take over the district. Takayama, I think we need to use ground bridge again to evacuate all of the Norma. Ground bridge is a scaled-down iteration of US space bridge technology. This device is the result of cooperation between the US-Japan. A ground bridge allows transport to coordinates on a single planet, or even, with great difficulty, into the planet's orbit. Considerably easier to maintain and less costly in energy to operate, it is the primary means of coordinating OFN and GEACPS forces on World of Mana. While the US Space Bridge was a US device to make an interdimensional portal to True Earth, where the Dragonware lives. The American scientist is still studying the technology. This device would equalize the singularity system connecting the world of Mana and the True Earth, in order to make a contact with the people of Aura and make an alliance with them. Muto, I agree. Plus we have some of supernatural ability to detect a Norma that mingle in around the Mana society. Takayama, but we didn't know how we get those ability. Besides that, please continue, Marshal. Muto, the invasion offensive will be intensified on the Mitsurugi South Coast front. So it's going to be a frontal attack, combined forces of tanks, armored vehicles, helicopters and infantry. Takayama, that's very good plan. With our blitzkrieg-style attack, the enemy can't retaliate. Muto, alright, we all agree. Operation Takemikazuchi will be announced after we got some new news from the dragons. Takehiko, I heard that America is going to the world where these dragons live, just waiting for the space bridge to work after it's done. Muto, This is a good plan. Working with the dragons will let us know more about their life and their world, which is said to be our former Earth before being sent, which has been destroyed by the so-called Seventh World War. Takehiko, do you think that the NLF is real? Muto, NLF. General Toshinari Maeda. Toshinari. NLF or Normal Liberation Front is a resistance group against the world's authoritarian government, which is led by 5 nation leaders and embryo where we don't know where this schmuck is. NLF operates in the field of resistance and most of their members are Mana and Norma people who do not agree with discrimination and bad treatment toward the Normas. Muto. It is increasingly clear that the resistance front really exists at this very critical moment. Toshinari. And what's interesting is, after our whereabouts were announced to this world, they moved to impersonate our people to get information about our attack on other territories. So they will inform their leader and immediately move to facilitate the process of attacking us in an area. Muto. Or the 5 nation leaders know this. Takehiko. They don't know where they are yet, and think it's just a hoax and rumors. That's a fatal mistake because the NLF is real and not a hoax. Muto. Alright, we'll talk about something else, now the meeting is over. Meanwhile on unknown location. Meanwhile at the secret NLF headquarters, an NLF member meets the current NLF's great leader. NLF member 8 #. Great leader, the OFN try to bomb the Parisi with a single strike. Request to meet with them and bombed Parisi to overthrow Field Marshal Raphael from the power. Great. Help them, OFN and GEACPS is our chance to get rid of those bigots and fight the embryo rule of this disgusting world. NLF member 8 #. Yes, great leader. Rebels bombed Parisi, fall of Gallia and the Reds are coming. Outskirts of Parisi, OFN forces position. By now the OFN and Free French troops were in the heavily fortified area around outskirts of Parisi. Jill. Damn it, we can't move forward, they're too many. Gasso. If you looked around, their tanks and artillery were lined up neatly, and it was likely that the battle for this city would take months. Jill look at the Free French officer that look at them with a serious look. Jill just didn't care what the other person was doing, at most for fun or something. Cuck. I'll get coffee first, who wants coffee before the attack? Gasso. Oh, of course. I also want a coffee. Napoleon. Jill, you want a coffee? Jill. No thanks. Napoleon. Oh, okay, then. Jill still saw the Parisi Tower that resembled the Eiffel Tower in Paris, France, where the Free French lived. Jill still felt disappointed to her own father, then she take a cigarette and lit it. Nighttime, OFN camp near Parisi. Mamir. Alright, Major General Lansdale is in front of you now, so that's all we need to do for the next mission tomorrow. Lansdale. So here's the plan for all of us, AC-130 inches spooky. We'll drop a sniper shot towards the middle of the Parisi city square, where there are gas pipes connected throughout the city of Parisi. But the problem is, this city still has Norma, that's why we together with the Free French Special Forces will open a ground bridge to evacuate all Norma in the city. Jill. Ground bridge. Gasso. According to information, ground bridge is a kind of device to open a portal from one place to another. And of course this is different from the singularity portal where it connects the 2 Earths that the dragons mentioned. Jill. I get it now. Lansdale. Well, after all Norma has been successfully evacuated, the bombing will start at 0556 tomorrow dawn. Alessandri. Alright, I got it, now we're gonna take them down harder. But unknowingly, an NLF spy overhears their plan and then makes contact with his friends in the city. NLF member 12 #. Use Mana comms and whispering tomorrow the city will be bombed at dawn tomorrow. The evacuation of Norma in the city of Parisi will be carried out tonight, hurry up and help our brothers there. I'll tell you the further details. Meanwhile at inside the city of Parisi. The city, which is still full of Gallian military troops, is still awake, but a flicker of shadows travels through every dark alley. Apparently, the NLF troops had brought in troops to meet and make contact with the OFN troops. NLF Soldier 3 #. Are you sure this is the places? NLF Soldier 13 #. Yes, our member had telling us that the something called ground bridge will open in here. Then a portal opened in front of them. NLF Soldier 13 #. Is that the portal our friend is referring to? Then the Free French and United States Special Forces came out and then they immediately reflexively pointed their guns at the NLF troops. US Special Forces 2 hash, who are you guys? NLF Soldier 21 hash, easy, man, we're not the enemy, we friends. We are the NLF. The Commandement des Operations Specials are in English, Special Operations Commander cuz, ask them. Cuz Soldier 2 hash, NLF. Norma Liberation Front, NLF Soldier 17 hash, you can say that mate. US Special Forces 23 hash, thank God we not shoot you, put down your weapons guys we have friendlies in here. NLF Soldier 11 hash, alright, we're here to make your job easier. US Special Forces 21 hash, what do you got? US Special Forces 22 hash, sir. Come here. Then when they checked in an abandoned building beside them, there were many Norma with family members who were still loyal to them and they didn't expect this to happen. Cuz Soldier 2 hash, my goddess, how did you can do all of this? NLF Soldier 24 hash, we have many connection, and we always ensuring their safety. US Special Forces 21 hash, well, thank to helping us. Cuz Soldier 10 hash, by the way, where did you know we're gonna come here? NLF Soldier 11 hash, it's a secret. Long story short, they heard it and brought all Norma into the portal and it turned out that their job was getting easier in handling this evacuation. US Special Forces 21 hash, thanks for the cooperation, and go out from this city is gonna be bombed. NLF Soldier 13 hash, we always have a escape plan. Underneath the Paris City Square, underground channel. Other NLF troops have been digging into the walls and soon they will find a gas pipe that the OFN will blow up, so that this country will fall faster into the OFN. NLF Soldier 23 hash, done yet. NLF Soldier 27 hash, not yet. Dig. Then they also managed to find a gas pipe that would be blown up from the air, so they also put explosives there. One of them also punched a hole in the pipe with a nail and then removed the nail again from the gas pipe. NLF Soldier 28 hash, let's get out of here before we get roasted. They ran as fast as they could, and then left the place. With the sound of gas leaking from the gas pipe, it would create a huge explosion. Tomorrow, 0500 hours, OFN camp near Paris. Several Free French generals and marshals were enjoying warm coffee before the bombing started. Jill was seen still checking her right hand, which was a robot hand. Napoleon. Still remember the past. Jill, what do you think? Napoleon. Never mind, just forget the past, and live the future. Don't make it a form of regret, because you are not alone. Gasso. The proof is that you are with your Arsenal crew, the Norma personnel in Arsenal, us and many more. Cuck. Don't forget who you are, and don't bring your dark past to the present, because it only slows down your process of moving on. Alessandri. Sooner or later, we're going to beat up that bastard embryo after we save Aura from those Mana assholes. Then an explosion was heard from inside Paris. Cuck. What is that? Alessandri. Check outside. And sure enough, when they came out of the tent, they found that the explosion came from the Paris City Square, and it caused a chain of explosions that destroyed houses and several buildings. Leclerc. Who detonated the city? Mamier. Impossible. Who did that? Lansdale. Whoever they are, it seems the NLF already know our plans. Mamier. HMPH, they're smart too huh, no wonder they're among us and trying to make things easy for us. Lansdale. I'll call the Air Force, we'll call off the airstrike and get into town now in the morning. In the morning, 0701 hours, the city of Paris. The US and Free French joint troops entered the ruined city of Paris. Many soldiers saw that the streets of the city were damaged by the successive explosions. Mamier. This is it, we won. Leclerc. Yes, won by a landslide. Mamier. What about the rest of Gallia? Taylor. I think they will give up, I'm sure of that. Then they were all approached by Field Marshal Raphael, who was still alive and with the rest of his troops. Field Marshal Raphael. All right, you win, take this country as you please. But don't treat the people here and my people badly. We are human too, just like you. Taylor. What about Norma, who you treated so cruelly? Field Marshal Raphael. That. Taylor. You have no conscience, how dare you treat them because of the rule of law or because they exist solely for the stability of your world? That's how this world works. You were created only to be fanatics. You are just puppets of this world who are easily martyred. All of you. You can't even protect or take care of yourselves if there's a war like this, especially your family. Field Marshal Raphael, my family has nothing to do with any of this. It was you who started the war. Create a crisis, shattering our world-long peace. You have no heart nor something. It's as if you guys are doing all this for the sake of those pathetic Norma lives. And blame all of us with the excuse that we're the cause of this war. I serve my country and people. Norma is the scum of society that must be removed. If we continue to let them roam, then our social system will be damaged. Don't you understand? Mommier, we don't care. No matter what you say, you are still the main cause of this war. Now, we will take this country. This is your problem, you have to bear the problem. Taylor, now, if you'll excuse me, you'd better work without our help in rebuilding this city. Shout, you are no longer brave soldiers defending the people, you are all war criminals. Mr. Raphael, you are no longer a field marshal, you are just a commoner who will obey the orders of the higher-ups who rule your country when you are defeated. So you go and make a statement that the Gallia have lost the war. Then they left by heading to the Gallian Imperial Palace, while Field Marshal Raphael was ordered to declare that the Gallia surrendered to the OFN unconditionally. The Gallia flag was replaced by the OFN flag, which was later followed by the Free French flag. Now, Gallia has been defeated, now they are celebrating OFN's victory over Gallia. In the harbor of Plano, OFN forces raided the site and seized it as a resting place for the ships that were anchored. Now they saw Field Marshal Raphael declaring that Gallia surrendered to OFN, then all the troops cheered that they had won. More. We did it, mate, shake hands. Brulot. Yeah, shake hands, we all did it. Then after that, the entire region of Gaul surrendered to OFN troops, and now Gaul has become the third country that was conquered. Offshore of Ocean City, United States. On a private boat belonging to President Kennedy who was fishing, he received news that the Gallia Federation had been defeated. JFK, one more step to victory. But President Kennedy saw something strange in the distance. He saw a white light that seemed familiar to him. JFK, what is that? Are there any more countries sent to this world? Well, my job has calling. Send helicopter, bring me to Pentagon. U.S. Secret Service 2 hash. Yes, Mr. President. Pentagon. President Kennedy, who was already dressed neatly, came to the basement and wanted to know what was going on. Hudson. Mr. President. We have something very unexpected. Westmoreland. And you will not believe what do you see. JFK. What do you mean? Hudson. Take a look at this. Then the screen showed a map of their area with Japan, but to their surprise, something caught them by surprise. JFK. It's them. Westmoreland. Yeah, it's them. Hudson. The Soviet Union. JFK. The Reds are summoned and coming to this world. Westmoreland. The Red Bear has awoken, and this world will see its might. Meeting with the Soviets, and Soviet joined the war. U.S. Atlantic Fleet. The United States Navy is conducting an investigation into the territory of the Soviet Union that is currently sent to the world. This fleet consists of 10 ships. USS Arizona BB-73 Pennsylvania-class battleship. USS James Roosevelt I CVN-76 Roosevelt-class aircraft carrier. USS Mobile Bay CG-53 San Jacinto CG-56 USS Philippine Sea CG-58 Ticonderoga-class cruiser. USS McCampbell DDG-85 USS Oscar Austin DDG-79 USS Chaffee DDG-90 USS Momsen DDG-92 USS Pinckney DDG-91 Arleigh Burke-class destroyer. Inside the USS James Roosevelt I CVN-76 bridge deck. The fleet is led by Admiral Raburn, who had commanded troops during the invasion of Marmaria. He was promoted into admiral rank after the war with Marmaria, and now he is with President Kennedy conducting an investigation and wants to make contact with the Soviets. JFK, this is it, there's no turning back. Now, with them around, I'm sure that things will get better. Westmoreland, I'm sure that they will carry out an investigation as well. The Japanese side has already done that. JFK, well, let's this job done. Junior I Crew 3 hash, we got a movement. In front of us. Junior I Crew 8 hash, they're the Soviet fleet. JFK, calm down everyone, we're not here to fight, but we just want to meet them and have a little chat. Raburn, I'm afraid what happens, what, so I will prepare all the ships to be ready for battle if something unexpected happens. JFK, in that case, okay. Raburn, use communication link all hands, proceed to battle stations. Soviet fleet ahead, make an attack if something unexpected happens. Close communication link. JFK, how is the condition? Westmoreland, the Soviet fleet contains 11 ships, arrayed in a battle formation designed to doing exercises. The situation is still safe, they will definitely need time to find out where we are. Meanwhile with Soviet Baltic fleet. After the Soviet Union was sent to the New World, the Soviet Union took a position they had controlled the territory of West Russia and Finland. The Baltic fleet was stationed in Finland, now they also want to conduct an investigation and meet the inhabitants in this new world. As explained, the Soviet Baltic fleet consisted of 18 ships. SN Nazheta-class battleship. SN Samara, Ulanovska-class aircraft carrier. SN Kursk, Oral-class aircraft carrier. SN Kirov, SN Frunze, Kirov-class battlecruiser. SN Admiral Chabanenko 437, SN Admiral Basisty 438, SN Admiral Kucherov 439, Udaloy-class destroyer. SN Bespokoyny, SN Moskovsky Komsomolets, Sovremeny-class destroyer. Inside SN Samara bridge deck. Samara Crew 7 hash. Mr. President, there's a fleet of warships approaching our fleet. Samara Crew 6 hash. How is it, Comrade Admiral? Admiral Vasily Arkhipov. Arkhipov, do not attack if we are attacked first. We don't even know whose fleet it is. Samara Crew 2 hash. But ever since we were sent to this world, we don't know what happened. President of USSR Vasily Stalin. Vasily, I order you not to engage in armed contact with parties that we do not know about. Arkhipov, just in case, I'm gonna send 3 Lastochkas to the air. In SN Samara landing deck, 3 MiG-29 Lastochka were flown to make contact with the fleet in front of them. Mikoyan MiG-29 Lastochka OFN reporting name, Fulcrum. Meanwhile at the USS James Roosevelt I landing deck. The US side is sending 3 F-A-18s to investigate as well and it's likely they will face each other in the air. In the sky, Hotel -1, less than greater than. Hotel 2, less than greater than. Then they looked ahead and saw something in front of them. Hotel 2, less than greater than. Then 3 planes crossed the 3 of them and one of them saw the sign of the plane. Hotel -1, less than greater than. Hotel 3, less than greater than. With the Soviets MiG-29s. Verona -1, less than greater than. Verona 3, less than greater than. Verona 2, less than greater than. Back at the USS James Roosevelt I bridge deck. Westmoreland. Yeah, okay. I know, okay, I tell this to Mr. President, take down a headphone. Raburn. What did you get, Westmoreland? Westmoreland. As expected, our 3 Hornets encountered 3 Soviet Lastochkas. It is certain that among the fleet there is an aircraft carrier. JFK. Open communication with them, I want to talk to them. Junior I Crew 9 hash. Yes, Mr. President. Until finally the conversation between the 2 parties occurred. JFK, hello. Are this is the Soviets? Vasily, less than greater than. JFK, Vasily. Vasily Stalin, you there too? Vasily, less than greater than. JFK, well, come here if you want to answer, we will give an information about this world. Vasily, less than greater than. In John Roosevelt I CVN 76 landing deck. Now JFK and a few others are on the landing deck, and now a Soviet helicopter is approaching the US carrier and then landing. Kamov caught 27 PL. Then Vasily came out with 2 other people and some Soviet soldiers. Then Vasily, who saw JFK, immediately greeted him with mixed feelings of shock. Vasily, Mr. Kennedy, is that you? JFK, thank God you arrive at here. Thing are going weird, don't you? Vasily, yeah, the motherland has been sending to this strange world, and luckily, we have our long-lost Russian territory. But this time Finland was included. You. JFK, I don't know, when we were in this new world, Our equipment and technology were advanced and sophisticated. The same thing happened to the Japanese side. Vasily. Me too. When I woke up from fainting, everything changed completely, everything turned very sophisticated. JFK, is this a coincidence or not? Vasily. Who knows? JFK, and nice to see you, Mr. Batov. Marshal of Soviet Union Pavel Batov. Batov, it's nice to meet you, President Kennedy. Are you guys here looking for answers or what? Westmoreland, we already knew the answer from the start, and we're only here to make contact with you guys. Batov, I didn't think that everything would end like this. JFK, if only someone knew more, since these three are people you can trust, if you heard the stories from us, then it would sound like nonsense. I think I can help you all, folks. As they looked up the island part of the ship, they saw Konami sitting there. JFK, Mrs. Konami. Why are you doing here? Since when you were here? Konami, I can explain all to your Soviet friends. Konami came down by extending her dragon wings, and went down the deck of the ship, which surprised the Soviets, especially Vasily. Arkhipov, Comrade President, what's that? Vasily, for the Soviet hammer and sickle. I've never seen anything like this. Then several Soviet soldiers surrounded Konami while aiming their AK-74M rifles. Soviet Soldier 6 #, what are you? Soviet Soldier 3 #, maybe you are the result of an American experiment. Westmoreland, hey, wait a minute, don't shoot, she is a friend, she and her friends helped us learn about this world and saved many lives. Vasily, what is she? Dragon, JFK, he will tell it, and it's a long story. I hope you and your people who are here and on the ship hear and digest all this well. Long short story, office room. Konami explained everything, starting from his home world, the world destroyed by WW7, Dracunium, Dragon, Aura, Embryo, Mana World, Norma and Mana, everything was explained in detail. Konami, I hope you understand what I've been tell you. Vasily, so, you guys came just to save Aura, your leader whose powers were being exploited by this guy called Embryo. But you came to the world of Mana to take back the Aura, but the Norma confronted you. Actually this was done for the stability of this accursed world. Konami, Aura's power is limited. If the draconium that was not extracted from the frozen male dragon is given to Aura, then Aura will run out of power and light of Mana will disappear, but Aura will die in process. Batov, does the Norma already know this? Konami, they already know it. Vasily, however, I haven't seen concrete evidence to suggest that these people of Mana treat the Normas so badly. Westmoreland, now, you will see their crimes. Then the screen shows the crimes that Mana people have committed against Norma, such as Norma's innocent child, women and girl being arrested, some being taken by force, some even being hit by baton by the police, and brutally, they beat the black and blue and took them away. Batov, oh, no, those innocent girl. Arkhipov, they beat her apart. Vasily, savages. Westmoreland, that's how this world works. If there was Norma, all this peace would be of no use because Norma is using his weapon against dragons to maintain peace to this world. And just as Mrs. Konami said, after Norma fought a dragon, male dragons would always get frozen and die in the process, but not female dragons. Male dragons have a source of dracunium in their heart which is then extracted into Aura, and Aura's power will be maintained forever. Raburn, and even more sadly, those who fight against this dragon are minors, around the age of 11 to 15 years. Those who survive will always live and considered it as a luck. If those who don't survive, then they are out of luck, because they think that this is their fate. Vasily, don't these people of Mana know about Arsenal or dragons? Westmoreland, no, the capturing of Norma is handled by an international organization called the Norma Management Board. Most people, however, do not know or care what happens to the Norma following their detainment, and even fewer know about the existence of either Arsenal or the dragons. Apart from the aforementioned leaders and key military officials, anybody who learns about either of these will be swiftly terminated in order to prevent the secret from getting out. On the grounds that it is a legitimate government regulation. JFK, world leader of World of Mana, will take any measure to ensure its secret. And yet, if this thing was leaked, that will make riots everywhere, and they will be heavily blamed for it. Arkhipov, you mean, they really executed their own people to cover all of this? JFK, lying to their own people that Norma will be isolated elsewhere, but actually they put Norma as a young soldier who is destined to die as a time-old world leader of World of Mana trick. They've done it many, many times before. Vasily, now I believe you, Mr. Kennedy. These Mana people, or they call themselves, humans, who were the real monsters in this dystopian world. Bata, there were selfish and unreasonable xenophobes, who picked on innocent people simply for something that was beyond their control. Archipov, my wife accepts me the way I am. Don't look at the appearance, but look at the heart. But these abominations never put that into practice because Embryo had programmed them like a computer to hate Norma. Vasily, a path has been set, let's put them on trial. We make sure they will not do that again. Gets up, tell me, can us join you? JFK, join what? Get up. Vasily, permit me to join the OFN. Everyone there was a bit speechless or swallowed their saliva because of that statement. JFK, yes, let us reconsider your question. Konami, why not just include them as OFN members? Westmoreland, being a part of OFN is not easy, there are many terms and conditions. If they meet the requirements, they can join the OFN Security Council. Bata, one more thing, do these Mana people always act like this? Westmoreland, no Bata, among them, there are still those who are loyal to their family members who are Norma. Archipov, I wonder why all the Norma are girls, aren't there any boys? Bata, wasn't it the ancient humans who couldn't use Mana, because they refused to be replaced and met the same fate as the Norms? Archipov, the ancient humans are us, it seems because we often go to war and fill our world with hate, pollution and war, in the end we are all replaced by those Mana bastard as the new rulers of the world. Konami, that's correct, Mr. Comrade Archipov. Raburn, if that's the case, we already knew from the start, with this information, we can change the history of our world which is currently in a state of Cold War which could end in a thermonuclear war anytime. Vasily, I just realized. Westmoreland, but to answer the question why all the Norms are women, that cannot be explained. We've been looking for that information everywhere. Vasily, what year is it now? JFK, according to the information I got, the year in this world is different, the last time in our world was 1962, but when we were brought into this world has a date of year of 3202. Where the current date is December 21st 3202. Vasily, damn it, we had been summoned in an alternative future world where racism toward this Norma is peacock. Alright, for the sake of world peace, I joined this war. JFK, alright, welcome to the War of Liberation. Then they both shook hands, signaling that the Soviet Union had joined the war, but had not fully joined the OFN. JFK, we will reconsider your question, hopefully the Soviet Union will join the OFN. Konami, when this is over, I'm headed for the Soviet Union. I will convince the Soviet people about this world and our world, with all its history, I hope they all understand, and this time, I will bring Naga this time. Vasily, thank you for the assistance. JFK, I will be sending delegations from England, Germany and France as well as from the Dragon side. Vasily, German people, they are here. JFK, yes, you could say they settled in the area of Ontario, Canada. They are pro-spear people who are democratic and liberal. People like this oppose slavery, discrimination and others. Vasily, I think the leader is Spear, am I right? Raburn, yes, that's true. Vasily, good. Now, the world of freedom will be bigger and bigger if I come along. JFK, absolutely. Long story short, the Soviets say goodbye to return to their homeland and Vasily will make the Mana world tremble violently because the Red Bear joins the war. Meanwhile at SN Samara bridge deck, Vasily walked into a room and accompanied by Batov and Archipov who followed him. Batov, Comrade President, are you sure about your decision? Vasily, I've made up my mind. After all, if we enter the OFN, then we can carry the name of the Soviet Union to its former glory again. But communism will stay on Soviet soil and will not spread anywhere. Then, a cupboard was opened showing a military uniform with the rank of Marshal of the Soviet Union. Vasily, this corrupt world will burn, and the Great Liberation War will begin. No more pain, no more injustice, no more discrimination. Those sinners will know the might of the OFN Futures member, the USSR. and thus the Soviet Union joined the war. And this is the end of part 7 of this what if. I hope you guys like it. Don't really leave a comment down below and subscribe to the channel.